What's up, my precious little pack, and welcome back. I have a few questions about things in game that I'm going to ask during this video, and these are actually fairly on point for what we got. I believe when the minimum version is pushed, we're going to have new features called fragment crafting. I don't know for sure, but I'm actually looking forwards to this because it should help production of ships go a little bit more quickly. Fragment crafting right here, and I have an entire thing that I have a little bit of something I typed up, mainly questions relating around this. And as we can see, item fragments are now farmable from specific enemy targets, giving the ability for players to craft a full piece of content once enough fragments are collected. Fragments can be earned for reusable items, credits, and holes. Okay, so we can make blank holes through the crafting just like we did with the javelin, from what it seems like it says right there. Enemy targets will drop specific types of drops. Alright. Now, I have quite a few questions about it. And if it's all related to crafting, it's going to tie this guy up. But it also brings up the question, we're going to have more levels for it and stuff like that. Okay, now I'm going to get to what I have to talk about. Alright. Something new to the game is fragment crafting, which allows the production of reusable items, credits, and holes, as stated in the update notes. I have a few questions about the subject, more than the ship that is coming up in less than a week, and I'm referring to the battleship. First of all, I would like to know the following. Will we be able to craft blank holes of any class in the game as of right now, providing we have all the fragments needed to do so? Will there be a chance of us being able to collect unknown alien fragments and produce a weakened version of their ships, such as the Harvester and the Reapers? Will we be allowed to purchase individual fragments that we may want or need for coins, resources, or potentially blood amber? Also, will we see new ship hulls through this new crafting system, such as how the Rapture and Osprey are a unique ship hull with no mark upgrades for them? Possibly mimic of some of the other ships already in the game under a new name, color scheme, stats, and fitting slots? And will we get a way to trade fragments with one another at some point in the future of VEGA? And with the credits being able to be made from fragments as well, will we see a new set of credits that match high-tier content for ease of production? And finally, will the new fragment crafting feature involve all items in the game, or only a limited selection from which to work with? Okay, on to the next part. With the introduction of fragment crafting, will we see new levels for the workshop module? Possibly up to level 10 to level 11, 2 levels above what we have, and also be allowed to access new crafting recipes for the blank holes of tier 6, 6.5, and 7. If so, when will these upgrades be live for the player base to be able to start for the workshop module? And I have one last part for it. And will the new fragment crafting system involve player fleets as potential targets to gather marauder fragments for each of their ship classes? And while I'm on the thought of the marauders, will we be getting a marauder version of tier 7 hulls, weapons, and specials? If so, will the marauder version of tier 7 keep the triggered buffs, such as in the Bastion's case, it loses its shield, gains range and damage for a set duration, as well as shield bypass? Those are all the questions I had for right now, and since the Alliance War is going on, which I am partaking in, I'm breaking all my stuff over and over. I'm working up everything I can in-game. I'm going to play a little bit more in every aspect. I'm going to do PvP, and so far I've got plenty of content. I have, I believe, 12 or 13 minutes so far of nothing but clips from combat. And none of them involve hitting the outpost, because that's fairly simple and easy. I can literally show you exactly the fleet fitting that I have that I'm hitting them with. Revelation cruisers armed with thermal beam 3, focused optics 5, Fusion Thruster 3, 2 Metaphase 2s, and the rest of the armor is a mix and match to more or less fit the ship as much as it can with the weight that it has. And each one is a mimic of that one, with the exception of that one that has an arrestor beam for a different reason that you'll see later. But I'll be releasing the PvP gameplay video tomorrow, because the event ends tomorrow. Yeah, 22 hours, you can see it on the left side. And starting tomorrow, we have the smash and grab starting, and nothing to it. It's more or less just farm up what you can, get resources. Well, that's what I do anyways. And as everybody can see at the top of my screen, I'm currently in need of ore. Again. I need more and more ore for everything I do, and I'm getting ready to start the fleet bay upgrade, or I will start it as soon as I get enough, or as soon as I do something else. But regardless, I figured it'd be pretty fun to talk about one of the new features, the crafting system, and I have plenty more questions than what I asked about it, such as how will it work? Will the holes that you produce through the crafting system take the exact same time that it does for the standard hole? So let's say you get all the parts for, let's just use the Revelation for example, a Revelation cruiser. If you get all the fragment parts, would it take the exact same base build time to build a blank hull of it as it would to build it from the ship factory? Things like that are things that I left out because, well, I didn't see them as being all that useful at the time while I was thinking about it. But it did occur to me, we do have one ship and only one ship that can be produced through that. And it's the Javelin flagship. I have mine, hardly use it, which I find hilarious, because I got it just to use it and I rarely use it. But if any of you know the answer to any of those questions yet, or if there's any information I may have missed at some point that may have been released on the forum that I should have a look at, please let me know in the comments section below. How are you all doing in the Alliance War, stuff like that, just basic stuff in game. I hope you are all farming up what you need in game. I'm going to keep an eye on things in game. I'm also going to keep an eye on stuff on discussions on the forum. I have my eye on one in specific right now. And I would like to have the questions that I asked answered. I would like to know about the crafting system a little bit more. For the fragments, I want to know what's the drop chance of certain ones, things like that. If you guys have any of this information, feel free to leave it below for me. And I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. If you guys enjoyed, for whatsoever reason, just coming around to listen to any of the questions I have, or if you have questions of your own, feel free to say so below, ask, and that's about it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue on with what I was doing earlier, farming up more resources, because that never seems to stop. But I'll see you all later.